I wanted to start a conversation, though, on fun, off the beaten path, unique sporting events that you've attended or would want to attend. And I'm thinking about this, Danny, because I think there are people in their cars driving to Capital One Arena tonight or coming downtown to have their pregame start, their drinks, whatever. And they're going to be going to one of the really cool things they'll experience. Tickets to get into Cap One tonight for the Sweet 16 and a ticket being punched to the Elite Eight. How about a calm $370 on the secondary market?
Yeah.
As the cheapest that I saw a little bit ago. If you want to be in the lower level, you're paying close to a G.
Yeah, more than that. Yeah, it's
pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm jealous. As I've said throughout the show, I'm wish I was going to those games. It's very rarely is there something that comes to town and I don't kind of think about it and try to get tickets or whatever, but this is one of those events. And as I'm sitting here thinking about how fun tonight's going to be, I've got a little FOMO. But it's got me to thinking about the coolest things that I've done, non-major four. So I'm going to take NFL, NHL, NBA, and MLB out of the equation. So even the fun stuff like the Caps playing an outdoor game, Winter Classic, or in Annapolis, the Commanders in Madrid or what have you, the Nationals, playing some kind of Little League World Series game or whatever in Williamsport if you went to that. I'm going to say those don't count because they're major four sports. This is the non-Big Four, something you've done that you really enjoyed.
I'll start. College World Series. One of the coolest things you can ever get to do if you're a sportsman, especially if you're a baseball fan. So in Omaha, for whatever reason, that's the place where they do it. They could do it anywhere, but it's been in Omaha, and it's going to continue to be in Omaha. Creighton is like 6 minutes from there. So the way that I got to go the first time was a bunch of guys that were juniors and seniors once your season was done. They invited some captains and a bunch of people from programs around the country to go run a clinic for kids at the campus of Creighton. And then as the reward for it, you got to go to as much or as little of the College World Series as you wanted. I just sat there every day. You get tickets for basically the day. So you can watch multiple games, multiple teams, cool eats, cool sights and sounds inside the stadium. It's a pretty unique experience to be able to go through and watch. You can go gamble in Council Bluffs, Iowa, to your heart's content, right across the border. It was a great and magical experience.
Along the themes of tonight's two games at Cap One Arena, conference tournaments in college basketball, I have always thought are a blast. Anytime you can go somewhere, like when you go to a big league ballpark and you see two games in a doubleheader, and you get to the ballpark, you don't have to leave, and you see 18 innings, you watch the game, you go eat, drink, whatever, you come back to your seat, another game starting. It just feels special and neat. How about that, but for college hoops in a tourney setting where you can go, and I was there all afternoon long. Got out of work. I think we were 10 to 2 at the time. Went and sat down by 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then until 11:30 or midnight, game after game after game after game. You're just watching great, important, really meaningful elimination-style quality college hoops over and over and over again. That was awesome.
A NASCAR race. You know me. I do not care about NASCAR. If it stopped tomorrow, I wouldn't care.
Mike Tomlin once said it. I do not care.
We do not care. Go to a NASCAR race. I'm telling all of you, even if you are like me and think it's the silliest, dumbest thing in the world, you don't get the obsession and you don't care, seeing it in person is so unique and so interesting and so cool. I can't describe it to you other than this. You feel the sound. It hits you in the chest, and you could see them coming. They don't look like they're going that fast coming around this turn. And then as they make their way towards you, you realize how blindingly fast they're all going, and a split second later, the sound smacks you in the face and almost knocks you back. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's intoxicating. And the smells, to your point, of the gasoline and your normal fare of like concessions and everything else, and the visuals and the rumbling and
funnel cake and gasoline together. It's the best.
The audible nature of it all, like it is. Now, I happen to also watch it and be fine enjoying it on TV in high definition, but it's perfect. That's got to be on the short list. You went College World Series. How about Little League World Series? You ever been to Williamsport?
Never have.
You should take your kids.
Mm-hmm.
It is so amazing and so, the better word, if there's a better word maybe, but the best I can come up with is like romantic. It is so cool. And to see these young people that are 11 and 12 that are being treated like big leaguers, that are acting like big leaguers, that dress and look like big leaguers, that play baseball at the quality, at the level of big leaguers on this perfectly manicured big league caliber Little League field. Everything about it's amazing. I covered it and did sideline reporting on on the Little League World Series for a few years in a row with Harold Reynolds and Brent Musburger for ABC way back in the day when I was a teenager. And ever since then, the nostalgia of going back there and seeing it, and it's been a long time. But my boy's just getting old enough now where I'm starting to think about, is next year the year to take him? Might it be 2 years away? But I think the Little League World Series is a must-attend event if you either just love baseball or particularly if you've got a young kid that plays baseball.
So I don't know if this event has the luster that it used to. And in fact, I'm going to guess that it doesn't. But back in the day, talking about DC being a basketball town, the Capital Classic, where local DC All-Stars would play All-Stars from around the country in a high school basketball exhibition All-Star game, I saw some of the greatest players ever to play in that game over the course of a couple straight years, where you could buy tickets for not that much. You go to Capital One Arena on kind of an off day here in the early spring. And, I remember seeing Jason Kidd. I saw, Jamal Mashburn, anybody under the sun. You would see some of these superstars. I went for the first time because DC's and St. Albans' Anwar McQueen was playing in the game. And he went to Cal and had a nice career. But I kind of opened my eyes to it and go, this is an amazing event. I think they're bringing it back now, which is cool.
Some of my hit lists, like the I'd love to do this before ... I wonder if you've done any of these. Kentucky Derby?
Never have.
Same. Would you have the same appeal or interest?
No.
See, I would love to go to the Kentucky Derby.
I mean, is it the pageantry part of it? Is it like just because such a unique spectacle?
First of all, just it's honestly saying you've done it.
Yeah.
The same feeling I got walking into Wrigley or Fenway or anything else, to walk the track and now see what you've seen on TV for years and bring it to life and visualize it. What about like an F1 race at Monaco or something like that?
Very much.
Grand Prix, that'd be awesome. Have you ever done the Olympics?
No.
I have not either. That'd be cool. Indy 500?
We got a chance this summer, don't we?
Well, you're just talking about the race.
Not the actual Indy 500. Indy cars coming.
I'm talking about Indy 500 as an event. That's no different, Daytona 500.
Right.
And then another one I would throw out there is like World Cup game. I've never done that. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah,
we have a great opportunity this year.
Yeah, this time. I mean, I've done like a little bit of internet, like never got to see the U.S. play, but I did some kind of international friendly, right? Which didn't matter. It was a tune-up for both teams. It was on U.S. soil for some reason. And even that was electric, where you just watch these guys that are at such another level, how unbelievable they are. Like someone kicks a ball 70 yards in the air and the dude like catches it with his foot, like a receiver would catch a football off a jugs machine. You just go, okay, that skill's different.
Our boy Noodles said Summer League in Vegas. That would be a blast.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yes.
Because there's other stuff to do in Vegas too.
What else can you do there?
Restaurants.
Okay. Maybe even buffets. Some Jimmy Buffetts.
Some Buffetts. Some Warrens.
What would be cooler, though, I've never even thought about doing this, but like a dude's week where you and 3 or 4 buddies just go to Vegas for 4 days, watch a ton of basketball in the Summer League, hit up the buffets every single night, and whatever other fun you get into, you get into.
It's not a bad use of your time right there. That ain't too shabs.
Not terrible.
Not too shabby.
Your favorite experience you've had in lieu of some folks going down to Cap One Arena to watch the Sweet 16 tonight? 800-636-1067.